Last time on Rosie, her hard work had paid off with new little berries. However, her joy was cut short as her actions in moving the berries were misinterpreted. After explaining the reason, the berries were in a different place. The expectations of her friends only rose. More pressure was placed on Rosie, as their greed for the berries was also increasing, as Patricia continued to rile and manipulate her friends. What will Rosie do? Will she succumb to the pressure? Will Patricia succeed in her plans? Let's find out.
With Rosie's diligence, the berries have grown, and she now had 12 berries from the 2 bushes, 6 from each. This was enough for everyone to enjoy 1 berry. She was overjoyed.
Finally! Everyone will be happy, and we can go back to being good friends again. It'll be easier for me to grow more now that I know how to grow them,
Rosie thought to herself. The berries, however, were not yet ready to be picked. Knowing she might be misunderstood again, she decided to tell everyone that in a few days they can have the first harvest of the berries. Rosie got halfway before she bumped into Patricia.
Oh, Patricia! I'm sorry. I didn't see you. If you would excuse me,
Rosie tried to say as she tried to move past Patricia.
Oh, Rosie, my dear, what a delight to bump into you. I see your bushes have become fruitful with your labor. How wonderful that must be to have. But where are the rest?
The rest? There are only 2 bushes,
Rosie replied, confused.
Oh dear, what happened to all the seeds you said you would grow from them? Did you not plant them, my sweet little Rosie?
Patricia replied. Realization hit Rosie, and she tried her best to explain, afraid of more misunderstandings.
The other 3 did not make it. I was still learning how to grow them, but I managed to, and now that I do know how to grow them, it should be okay,
Rosie said with a weak little smile.
Is that right? Well, though it is unfortunate, I'm sure you've produced enough for everyone, my dear.
Yes, I did,
Rosie now said more confidently.
They're not yet ready to be picked, but they will be in a few days. I was just going down to tell everyone.
Well, Rosie, my dear, I must be on my way. I have some important business to attend to, Patricia said as she turned from Rosie. Rosie, relieved Patricia had left, happily started her way again towards the center where everyone usually gathers. What Rosie did not know was that Agatha had been walking by and only heard the part when Patricia asked where the other bushes were, before she dashed away, spreading gossip until it reached the rest of the forest friends. Jimmy was getting ready to have his usual sunbathing when he saw Rosie speaking with Patricia. He was a bit worried since he always saw Rosie downcast whenever Patricia spoke or was around. He thought maybe he'd invite her to sunbathe, to cheer her up.
Rosie! Rosie!
Jimmy waved. Rosie waved back as Jimmy walked towards her.
Rosie, I'm going to sunbathe. Would you like to join? I saw you were talking to Patricia and was kind of worried that you might feel down. She's been acting a little weird and talking to a bunch of us about some kind of business. I don't know what that means, and I wasn't invited,
Jimmy said as he put his blanket down for a moment.
Oh, Jimmy, she told me that too. She said she had some business to do. I don't know what it is either. I'm sure it has something to do with organizing or something like that,
Rosie replied.
Organizing! She said that too. I heard her said, "My friends, we must organize." But I forgot the rest.
He said, furrowing his brow.
By the way, Jimmy, I have great news. I was able to grow enough berries for everyone to have one. But they're not ready to be picked yet. I still wanted everyone to know,
Rosie said with a broad smile. Rosie's smile began to falter as she saw her forest friends walking towards the middle of the square. She did not see Patricia, so she thought, maybe this time it'll be okay. Her confidence started to wither away as the faces of her friends held anger and doubt. What could be wrong this time? Agatha pointed her wing at Rosie.
Where are the other bushes, Rosie?
My friends, I know that all of us has suffered at least once from gossip that was untrue or incriminating, or has been the source of that gossip. But take heart, for the Bible says in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, "Do not let unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." You see, physical pain will heal, but there are some words that can't be taken back. That wound and stay forever as a scar upon your heart. Let us be mindful so that we may not be the source of someone's scar or the receiver of it because of gossip that may be untrue. How will Rosie react to more accusations thrown at her? Let's see what happens on episode 9, part 2.